It's like I'm performing a seance. So going off me just chasing what I thought about and said in the previous ones of these, I mentioned that people also stare into candlelight for the meditation things, like the mirror scrying or the candlelight. So I thought I'd meet those two things in the middle, and by happen chance, it's now nighttime. Didn't get a chance to do this earlier. So I realised from the last session as well that I was closer to my dream paintings than I thought in these blind drawings, or blind's not the right word, eye closed thingy drawings. So in this description here of my experience and what I was telling you, when I was saying that I saw a hole appear in my cheek, or I saw myself age and the rest of the world become foggy. My dream paintings, I see and experience something and then paint that. So for me to have experienced something and then close my eyes and try to remember, like I've been saying to other people, how far apart my eyebrows are, and not the fact that the rest of the room was foggy or I was aging. I didn't just try to capture that. So I think I kind of missed the point with it, but it made me realise that can be a thing. So I thought I'd have another go, this time in the dark, or the almost dark. And so I can't really see what colours I'm using either. That's not a good thing or a bad thing. I don't think that's a contributing element to this video or experience. I'm also having to film portrait on the camera. I don't know how much of this you can actually see, but so I can fit my paper and my face in. So I'm going to stare at myself until things happen, which I think they might, and then I'm going to attempt to actually capture the thing that I see or saw whilst trying to maintain the seeing in the same session. Yes. We're all ready, boys and girls. Get something in my hand so I can just start. I don't know if I can talk and carry this on, or if it spoils it. But this is very different than having natural light in already. This candle's flickering and I swear it is actual light and not an LED. But it's making a very different set of things happening. My face is definitely shifting a lot more. Probably go quiet for the rest of this now. I actually felt scared for a second then. That was very weird. It was like my own face was like coming after myself, like I was, yeah. I think it's rare, or not rare, but like the feeling of fear in that scared of the dark kind of way. Saw my lips turn blue, and to sit in that fear, like if you go for a drink in the night and you go to the fridge and you have that feeling that someone's watching you, that no one is, and obviously you can be scared of things. There are a lot of reasons to fear things, but that thing that feels almost irrational. You're washing up and you look out the kitchen window and you see someone looking at you, or don't see, but you feel someone looking at you, and maintaining that feeling, like sitting with it, not running away from it. I think my natural thing is to laugh out of fear. So I saw my shoulders feeling as if they're like getting higher and higher and higher and higher and higher. And that time I felt smirky and kind of angry in a weird way. This flickering's crazy as well. So this eyebrow and all this thing came really high, and the whole entirety of my body below, like here, shifted to one side. And all I can see down here is this, the whole of it's just so red. It's also quite interesting not being able to see what I'm doing. Like, you'll be able to tell from all my stuff that I understand colour, whether it's intuition that I grab certain colours or experience, whatever you want to call it, but not being able to see what I'm doing. Like, even then going into the thing of, that's the cat again, into the thing of colours that I have and not knowing what I'm reaching for. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing more than I can see what I'm doing. I have the ISO turned up. I mean, you can definitely see more of what I'm doing when I'm staring at myself. I think the craziest thing about it is just the movement, like watching yourself move. I mean, if I was painting my portrait, just that, I think this looks cooler than the other ones that I've done, which I will take into the rest of them. There's a point, I know I said I didn't want to stage them as such, but the other crazy thing is like the outside of me. So I'm trying to stare at my pupil, but I wasn't that time. I was just staring at right at the little white bit there. And my surroundings go from two extremes, from being completely from being, I can understand all of this space well lit, and then it's probably the candle flickering, but like it goes from that to complete darkness, like within an instant, and it like flashes between those two extremes. Like it seems I can see every strand of my hair. I can't really see if this is looking like anything, which is, again, an interesting thing. It's removing all my known tools, I suppose. This looks like black, it might be black, but it also might be dark blue. And the way I'm building this thing together, like I'm allowing this to look trash. And by trash, I also mean my aesthetic judgment of things. It's a lot of things that, you know, our taste, that's what I'm getting at, our taste, based on what we are fed, what we see, and the more that we exist in a global environment with social media and things, the more we see the same stuff. And there are obviously other influences of taste. I've been wanting to do a portrait of my brother for a while, and the last few of these have definitely helped. I feel like it's been like it's waiting for something, obviously, to do it, but I want to do it live as well, not from photograph. I think some of this is a physical exploration and a philosophical one and a spiritual one. It's just me being a person of doing. I like getting stuff done and doing a lot of things, like just being I think that this is kind of a way of getting me, like I could achieve some of these things without documenting them. I could stare into this mirror with this candle, you know, without the microphone, without the camera, and without any of these stuff in front of me, and maybe I would come to some sort of conclusion or see things. But I think I'm finding it a good conversation and exchange between me and this thing, and using this recording of it as a good way of articulating my thoughts on all of it during doing it, rather than reflecting on these works all this time. One more in me. Just the motion of this pen, this pastel falling out of my hand. It's so bright, isn't it, compared to everything else that I'm looking at. I will turn the light on and we can have a look at it in a sec. I think we both might be shocked, or at least I will be anyway. At least one of us. We turn this light on. I mean, I don't like it, but I don't feel. Again, I think I did something. Going back to what I was talking about, the judgment of things. Like, this doesn't meet my taste. The cat's back as well. Here comes your look as well, Pablo. Oh. I'm not sure there's much else to say about it, since I was drawing and talking along at the same time, staring at me. Yeah, other than it doesn't meet my aesthetic taste. I will think about it tonight and tomorrow, or however long it takes for me to do the next one. I do think doing these every day has been part of the good experience I've had so far, reflective experience I've had so far. I don't feel like I've done the same thing exactly twice. This little fluffer, I think he wants his dinner. You do want your dinner? I'll feed him in a sec. And no, the colours aren't what I expected. I did expect dark blue. The other interesting thing is that I was still trying to capture what I saw. You know, I saw my lips turn blue, and this eye was always massive because it's the one I was staring into. Things got dark, things got light, the shoulders rose, my whole entirety of the bottom shifted. I was really conscious of the black here and baggy eyes, and this eyebrow rose. You know, I saw my strands of my hair, and then I didn't, and then it was all just a massive fog. So what might be interesting for me next is to do some kind of thing like that again, whether it's candlelight or daylight, mental note all those elements, and then just work with those post the experience. You know, I said that I got a little scared at one point, and I'm not trying to capture the fear. The emotions are still grounded in something physical. I'm not thinking I look angry, therefore I'm going to paint me using red, the colour psychology and all those things that I think this helps forget. I'll write my notes in here and I will meet you on the next one. Let's see if it's candlelit again.